Yo, what is up YouTube? It's your boy Bobby D, and I'm back again with another hot, juicy video. And as always, I'm joined by the swollest hair consultant in the business, Steve
Bobby,
Cook.
great to be back.
Love having you on my channel, Steve. Steve's always a fan favorite. And you guys know when Steve's here, we'll be talking about hair. And so, Steve, people will be messaging me all the time on Instagram and emails, what kind of shampoo should I use to, maybe prevent hair loss or help it grow. So I kind of wanted your take on it. What do you think about shampoos?
Sure. There's a kind of a phase of, and I think you're asking about hair loss, right? Like when people have hair loss, yeah. So, we all go through these phases in life with different stresses and issues, and hair loss seems to be something that while you're watching this video and, we all have the same issue and we all go through the same struggles. And there's a stage of struggle with hair loss called potions and lotions, right? And it's not a bad thing. It's just that we all don't ever want to actually admit, at least in the beginning, that we have genetic hair loss, like this is our parents' fault, although it's really not. It's just a genetic thing. Could be generations that have passed and descendants of great grandparents or whatnot, or uncles and all that. No one really knows. Potions and lotions stage is when, hey man, I'm not really losing my hair. It's just, maybe I should try a different shampoo. Or maybe I should get that thing that I saw on the internet and they'll send it to me and I'll rub it on my head and all my hair will grow back, or it'll stop it from falling out. So that's the potions and lotions phase. Now, tie that in with the question that I think you get a lot from your viewers about, what shampoo should I use, which is best for my hair? So the answer to that question is there's really no great shampoo. There's really nothing that, hey, I spent $30,000 on a hair transplant and I got to protect it. I mean, you do that with the medication. The DHT is the stuff you have to stop, not the dirt getting into your hair. I mean, I lived in the New York area my whole life up until the last decade or so. And, we see homeless people walking around talking to like leaves, like, needed some help mentally, and they have more hair on their heads than like Elvis Presley times 3. Like, and they haven't showered in 2 months. Poor people. So the keeping your head clean is more of a hygiene thing. It's more of a derm thing if you want to talk about it from a medical standpoint, and a skin thing from a medical standpoint. So you got to keep your head clean, of course. The shampoos that you use can be pretty much anything you want. I wouldn't spend all that money on that Fruity salon stuff and pay all that extra cash for that. I personally use, I think it's like a Dial shampoo, Dial conditioner, or Dove. I can always mix them up. If you hold me to a gun to my head and make me give you a shampoo because you have to do something more than just walking into a supermarket and getting some basic shampoo, there is a bunch of anecdotal evidence out there. There's been some studies in the industry where copper can be good for the hair. So it's called copper peptide. They're not cheap. As a matter of fact, if you just go to Amazon and copper peptide shampoos or shampoos with copper in it, it's probably going to be like $18-20 versus a bottle of shampoo that would cost $4 or $5. But if that's something that you have to do first, which we all have to do something, right? Then that's the way to go. So the copper is the only thing that really separates these different kind of potions and lotions. If it were something that would help our hair, who would be the first on the list that would be using it? Okay. So I tell it like it is, as everybody knows, and you don't have to spend a ton of money on shampoos and conditioners.
And I also want to, piggyback off you what you're saying about the copper. But we've also talked about ketocortisone shampoos. That's another thing to throw in there, maybe?
Yes, great point. And I did leave that out. So you got ketoconazole, which is something you can get it's a medicated shampoo, which can help. There's some anecdotal evidence in that too. And then there's also Nizoral and ketoconazole. So yeah, I would say that to throw in one of those a couple times a week, especially if you have any kind of dry skin or anything like that, it can also help with that. So that's a great point, Bobby. Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. We talked about it before, and I used the ketocortisone, so
cool.
Yeah, I like it. And thanks again, Steve, for the valuable information as always. Life's the legend. So, and as always, guys, if you like our channel, be sure to subscribe to it, and we'll see you next time.